Israel has ordered another evacuation in southern Gaza. It follows a strike on a school which killed nearly 100 people on Friday. That bombing by Israel has been condemned by the international community, including Canada. Sarah Coates has more.
Well, the Israeli military began dropping flyers over the northern part of Khan Younis in the early hours of this morning, telling people who were staying there to move to these so-called humanitarian areas like Al-Mawasi. We have pictures coming in of thousands of people walking once again with these little belongings that they have now. But they say these places they're being told to go to, such as Al-Mawasi, these humanitarian areas, they say that they're shrinking and they're also lacking vital things like clean drinking water, food and medicine. Now, according to the Israeli military, it has precise intelligence that Hamas is now operating in this northern Khan Younis area, saying that is why it is launching yet another operation there. And this, of course, follows that strike on the school in Gaza City that you mentioned, which is really drawing a lot of global outcry. We've heard from the Vice President, Kamala Harris. She said that too many civilians have been killed, while the EU's Foreign Policy Chief, Josep Borrell, he wrote on X that he is horrified and that there is no justification for these massacres. He says, "We are dismayed by the terrible overall death toll." Now, with this strike that happened on Saturday, the Israeli military has come out to say that Hamas fighters were stationed there and it did use precision intelligence and also precision munitions in a bid to avert any civilian casualties.
Sarah, we also know that ceasefire talks set to pick up again this week. Can we expect any movement there?
That is yet to be seen. We do know that an Israeli delegation will either be heading to Cairo or Qatar on Thursday, dispatched by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. There certainly is a lot more pressure on both the Israelis and also Hamas this time around to really come to an agreement. We do have that joint statement, of course, from the United States, from Egypt and Qatar, urging them both to bridge these gaps that have been really preventing the ceasefire and hostage deal until now. But it really is yet to be seen as to whether one can be reached. Now, it's being reported here in Israel in Hebrew media, quoting an unnamed Israeli source, as saying that the leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, is interested in a deal, but it does remain unclear as to whether Benjamin Netanyahu will agree to one. We do need to remember the amount of pressure that he's been under from the far right wing of his coalition, specifically Itamar Ben-Gvir, the National Security Minister. He's now calling this a serious mistake. So really, it depends on whether Benjamin Netanyahu wants to see these hostages released or whether he's prepared to have his coalition collapse. But in saying that, he has been given this safety net time and time again by the opposition leader Yair Lapid, who has come out to say that he will jump into this coalition to stop it collapsing in order to get these hostages released. And also, of course, a lot of pressure coming from the families of these captives still being held in the Strip. Marianne.
Thanks, Sarah.